Greetings, family. Kindly share this video for me. Invite people, tag people. Try to spread it on all social media platforms. And if you know this brother on the screen right now, kindly share this video till it reaches him. He's a Muslim, okay? I found this video on social media. It was on Facebook, but it wasn't his page. Somebody just shared the video, but I couldn't find this guy's page to tag him myself. So maybe you are a Muslim or you are somebody who knows this guy, who have seen maybe his Facebook page, his YouTube page, his Twitter page, or maybe whatever page you know from this guy. Kindly tag him, okay, so that maybe we could have discussions and then we will all learn something together here. I see Muslims always, okay, saying some things on the street in their videos, but when you go and check in their books, you will find totally different story. You will see Muslims preaching on the street, on YouTube, wherever. Use the way they speak in their videos. When you go and check in their sources, it is totally different. And that's exactly the same thing this brother did here. I don't know if he is doing this unintentionally. He is doing this out of ignorance. That means he himself hasn't read his book. He hasn't studied his books, but he just wants to just speak. Or maybe he knows the truth, but he wants to lie to people. I don't know which is which. I will give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he was lied to. Maybe somebody lied to him. And then he is just trying to promote the lies that he was brought or he was taught. So we just have to analyze whatever these Muslims, some of them, whatever they say on the street, it is totally different from when you check their books. That is why most of them, when they speak, they never give any references. They never back it up. They will just say in Islam, the Prophet said. You see, they use the word the Prophet said, and that is enough for many people. But he will never give you the source for you to go and check what the guy is saying. Is it true? Is it true the Prophet said this? Because if I say the Prophet said, he will demand from me, where is the reference? Show me. And when I just say the Quran said, it won't be enough. But they can do that, okay, because they are trying to sell something. The fastest growing religion, as you can see on the screen right now. I keep on saying something growing fast. Let's just assume, because we even have Mufti Mink, we have scholars from the Muslims themselves coming out telling us how people are living Islam. They are using propaganda just to say, you see, which kind of religion promotes itself by showing someone who joined the religion. Somebody joining something doesn't make the thing true. There are many trends going on social media. It doesn't make it good because everybody is doing the same thing. But let's just focus on today's topic, which is about this brother speaking about Islam and feminism. Okay, feminism, women trying to empower themselves, and what was the cause of feminism? Why are some women trying to empower themselves? Let's listen to what this brother is saying. And if you know this guy, please kindly share this video. I would like to have discussion with these guys. I would like to talk with them and let's see. And if they have the truth, they wouldn't run from discussing with somebody who is not a Muslim but has questions for them. Because the things that he is saying in this video, I am a little bit confused if he knows his history or where his religion comes from. Let's listen to what he has to say here, okay? Listen to him.
How does Islam compare to feminism? About 200 years ago in the West, a woman was treated like a man's property.
Listen to this. 200 years ago, that is 200 years ago, a man was treated like woman's property. 200 years ago, a man, I would just give him, but what is he trying to build up to? Islam came and did something better. Islam brought civilization. Islam empowered women. We were going to compare this. So he just said 200 years ago, women were treated like properties, men's property. Okay, let's continue.
She had no political rights. She couldn't vote. she couldn't own property, and generally she didn't have any independence. Even from a religious perspective, the entire fall of Adam in the Bible was because Eve tempted him to eat from the tree.
Okay, you see now? So he brought the Bible in. So 200 years ago, women didn't have any rights. They were like properties. Okay. And then even the Bible is blaming women. That is his logic here. You see, the Bible is blaming women because of Eve. That is why women suffers. That's when a woman is going to give birth, he has to suffer because of Eve. So even the Bible is blaming women. That is his logic. But it is as if he doesn't know what the prophet said. Even let me go back small, okay? Because I want people to hear what the Muslims tell you on the street is different from what their book says. They always want to portray the Bible in a different way for you to accept the Quran. But any reasonable person, just because let's say, just because the Bible is not good, doesn't make the Quran good. You see, like I'm standing there with someone. Just because this one is not good, it doesn't make me good. Just because I am good doesn't make him good. Because they are two separate books, two different books. Even if you find mistakes or some things in the Bible that you will say, it doesn't make the Quran true. So anytime somebody is trying to deceive you, they want to give you a bad thing and then they will give you the good thing. You see, he portrays the Bible for you to be the bad one, and then the rescue book will be the Quran. That is what he's trying to do here. So he said, even the Bible, because of Eve, that is why women have to suffer by giving birth. But what did Prophet Muhammad say? Let me show you on the screen before we even continue. Because it is as if he doesn't know his book. That is what I keep on telling people, okay? The logic here, I'm trying to put it on the screen so that you will see. So he's now blaming the Bible, saying because of Eve, that is why women are suffering. Okay, let's listen to him one more time.
Didn't have any independence. Even from a religious perspective, the entire fall of Adam in the Bible was because Eve tempted him to eat from the tree. And for that, God punished every single woman to come after with the pain of childbirth.
Did you hear that? So he's blaming, the Bible is blaming Eve. And then because of Eve, what Eve did, that is why every woman is suffering after giving birth. Okay, let's see what Prophet Muhammad said according to their own source, okay? Let me put it on the screen and see. So what is he going to say about this? According to authentic, you see now, Islam is the only religion that I have come across that they have books and they themselves, they acknowledge that they have fabrications in their books. Islam is the only religion that they themselves, they acknowledge, they know that we have fabrications. So you bring a source from their books. You bring a source. You say, okay, this is an Islamic source. We don't accept this. I don't accept this. Why don't you accept? It is fabricated. The religion itself is fabricated. So the books, you see, they have a books in the religion which is fabricated, but they say it is the most the truthful religion. How is this possible when you yourself even acknowledge that you have fabrication in your books? Some of them you don't even accept. Let's read what Prophet Muhammad said, not me saying, and this is Sahih Bukhari. So you cannot play the games. You cannot say this is fabricated too. So he was blaming Eve, right? He said because of Eve. And the Bible is putting the blame on women. So let's see what Prophet Muhammad said. The prophet said, were it not for Bani Israel or Bani Israel, okay, that is the children of Israel, okay, meat will not decay. It is because of Israel, because of the children of Israel, because of the Jews, that is why meat decay. Meat spoiled because of the children of Israel. I don't know why. I don't know the connection of meat decaying and then Israel. I don't know the connection. Maybe because some of them were turned into monkeys or into rats. Maybe. You see now, because according to Islamic teachings, some of the children of Israel, they were turned into monkeys. They were turned into some animals. So maybe because they turn to animal, you put your meat there, they will come and bite on it or chew on it, and the meat will decay. I don't know. But the connection here is because of them, because of children of Israel, that is why meat decay. And were it not for Eve, listen carefully, were it not for Eve, no woman would ever betray her husband. So his prophet, the guy who was speaking right there, I don't know his name. Okay. That is why I was saying before. I don't know if he is speaking out of ignorance, or he doesn't know, or he has been lied to. So he was putting the blame on the Bible, but his prophet also puts the blame on Eve. This is a Sahih Hadith, okay? This is an authentic Hadith, and it is right there on the screen. So you cannot blame me. Sahih Buhari 3399. You can see it clearly. Prophet is saying, and were it not for Eve, no woman would ever betray her husband. So the reason why we have women betraying their husband today is because of Eve. So the guy is telling us how 200 years ago, things were corrupt, things were very bad for women. And then even the Bible, which was even there before 200, way before 200 years ago, the Bible, okay, 2,000 years ago, it's also blaming women for the cause. It's blaming women. So you see the logic here, and his prophet is doing that. What will he say to this message? Is he going to condemn this? No, he will keep quiet. He will look away. So that is the first. Let's think about this, okay? Let's listen to him one more time.
In 95, there was a single woman to come. God punished every single woman to come after with the pain of childbirth.
Let me go
Adam
back.
in the Bible was because Eve tempted him to eat from the tree. And for that, God punished every single woman to come after with the pain of childbirth. In 1595, there was even a debate where they discussed if women were actually human.
So according to him, okay, in 1595, there was a discussion, there was a debate. I don't know who was doing this debate, but this has absolutely nothing to do with what Jesus teaching. Jesus never taught this, so we cannot say it was the teachings of Jesus. But I don't know what he's talking about. And women were they were debating if women were humans. Okay, that is what he is saying. So let's continue.
And for these reasons, feminism started. And believe me, they started for the right reasons.
So according to this brother, these three reasons that he has given us, okay, women were like the properties of men because of Adam and Eve, because of Eve, and then God cursed Eve that they will have painful birth when they are giving birth. And then some people were debating if women were human beings. And because of these three things, that is why human rights, feminism started. That is why feminism started. Okay? That is what he is saying. And then it started with a good reason. Because of these three things, that is why feminism started. It has nothing to do with Islam. The matter of fact is, Islam even came and brought women, elevated women even more. Let's listen to this brother one more. Let's continue.
But this all happened about 200 years ago in the West. But what did Islam say about women's rights more than 1,400 years ago in the East?
Did you hear that? So he has given us the reasons why feminism started in the West and what was happening in the East 2,400 years ago. What was happening? Let's see what was happening, okay? According to Islam, before Prophet Muhammad became a prophet, he was working for a woman. Did you know that? Prophet Muhammad, before he became a prophet, used to work for a woman whose name is Khadija. So women, before Islam came to be, women used to own companies. Women used to have their own shops where men could work for them and the woman will pay them. That is before Islam came. Before Islam came in Saudi Arabia, women could work and men could work for women. Women could be the bosses. Men will be working for them. Women will be paying them. That is so feminism was there before even Islam came. Women were respected. Men knew that they could also work for women before Islam came. You get a point? So this guy is telling us 1,400 years ago. Let's continue. Let's listen to what he's about to say. Let's listen to him.
In the Quran, Allah made it clear that to him, the man and the woman are equal when it comes to entering heaven based on their deeds. But
You see, he said, according to the Quran, men and women are equal based on their deeds by entering into heaven. So women, men and women, they are all equal according to him. Okay, and that's what the Quran says. But we already know the reward for men in the Quran. We don't know the reward for women in the Quran. It doesn't state it. The reward for men in the Quran is stated clear. They will even have women which no one has touched, no man or jinn has touched before. So we know what men are going to receive. They will have women with big breasts. We have this in the Quran. Okay, as a matter of fact, I can show you the verses. Let me try and find the verses before someone say I am lying. Okay. So in the Quran, but what is the reward for women? If they are going to get are they going to get the equal amount of reward? Are women also going to get women who have not been touched by a jinn or a human? Let me see. I want to put it on the screen. You have the verses here, okay? So let me put it on the screen. I just type in the word, okay, so we can find it. Whom no human have touched before, nor jinn. Okay, that is the reward that you will get in heaven. No human have touched or jinn have ever touched these maidens before. As you can see, this translator put it clear. You see now, so that is the reward men are going to receive in heaven. That is the reward men are going to receive in heaven, and it stated clear. Quran chapter 55, verse number 74. Quran chapter 55, verse number 56. Okay, that these are the verses that state that, and as you can see, it is right there on the screen. So we know the reward for men in the Quran. We don't know for women in the Quran. I don't know. Maybe you know it. Maybe you can let us know. Okay, so let's continue with what he's saying, and then we will see if men and women are equal, because even in the Quran says, okay,
Also made clear is
he said, okay, men and women are equal in the eyes of Allah, which is according to their deeds, they will enter both in paradise. But the Quran also says, okay, in case of witness, we need 2 women, 1 man. We need 2 women, 1 man. That is when Islam came. Listen carefully. 2 women is equal to 1 man. And the reason why we need 2 women is women have deficiency in their brain. They have deficiency. So let's just continue. Okay, let's continue.
that the man and the woman are not equal by nature, which is true. Physically,
no, look, listen carefully. He's lying here one more time.
Allah also made clear is that the man and the woman are not equal by nature, which is true. Physically, mentally, emotionally, we are different.
Did you catch it? So what he said right here, okay, it's not what the verse means. Look at, he put a verse on the screen, okay? Quran chapter 3, verse number 36. This verse is talking about when Mary was born. Mary's mother gave birth to Mary, and then Mary's mother said to Allah, I have a female. She gave birth to a female, and the female is not like the male. And then Allah said, yes, he knows, because female, they have menstruation, males, they don't have menstruation. That is the deficiency among the females. But look at how he's presenting this one to the people. You see, when the Quran is saying the females are not like males, because the females, they have deficiency. Prophet Muhammad said this. The females, they get their menstruation, so they cannot even worship as the men do. That is what the verse is talking about here. The verse is saying females are not like males, okay? But when you look at the interpretation, it gives you the clear details of this verse. So he's trying to make use his own words, okay, to make it sound different. Listen to him one more time.
The women are not equal by nature, which is true.
By nature. You see, that is what he put it there. But the verse doesn't say that. We can check the verse right now, and you will see it was talking about Mary. Mary's mother gave birth to Mary.
Physically,
okay. Let's see the verse.
By nature, which is true.
Let me put it on the screen. Let's check this verse right quick, okay? Let's check this verse very quick and see. I don't know why these Muslims, whenever they are speaking to people on the street, you see, this is the verse, Quran chapter 3, verse number 36, as he himself placed it on the screen. Okay, it is on the screen so that you will see.
Also made clear is that the man and the woman are not equal.
So you can see the verse that he is showing to you on the screen right now. Quran chapter 3, verse number 36. And this is the verse. Look how long the verse is. But did you see what he showed you? He showed you this. And male is not like the female. That is it. And I have... Let's read the verse from beginning. Okay? Let's read the verse from the beginning so you understand. But when she delivered her, she said, "My Lord, I have delivered the female." And Allah was most knowing of what she delivered. And the male is not like the female. And I have named her Mary, and I seek refuge for her in you, and her descendants from Satan, the spirit. Okay, so this is when Mary's mother seeked refuge for Mary. That is why Mary's child was not touched by the devil. Jesus was not touched by Satan. According to Islam, everybody born was touched by the devil except for Jesus and Mary. Sometimes they say Mary, sometimes they don't say Mary. You see? So this verse is talking about, and the male is not like the female, because the male does not menstruate. The female menstruates, for example. And the female menstruate because they are deficient. That is the deficiency in them. But these guys, he's trying to present it in a different way for the people. Trying to present in a different way for the people. Let's continue.
Nature, which is true. Physically, mentally, emotionally, we are different. But all this means is that we have different skills, different strengths, different abilities. In other words, comparing the man and the woman is like comparing apples and oranges. You can't. And for this very reason, Allah has defined separate roles, separate responsibilities, and separate rights for the man and the woman, which strengthens and empowers them both individually.
Now let's see. So Allah has given the men and the women different roles and different things to do. Let's say like that, okay? I will not be able to say exactly whatever he says. So let's see the roles that according to Allah, and bear in mind, listen carefully. The Quran, before the Quran came, women used to own their own companies. They used to work. Men used to work for women. There was no problem with that, okay? So now he is trying to tell us that Islam came and empowered women. Now let's see what the Quran says. Quran chapter 4, verse number 34. Listen carefully. Men are in charge of women by what Allah has given one over the other. Did you hear that? Before Islam came, women were also able to even look after men because women used to pay men. So women wasn't under the men. Women were empowered. There was feminism before Islam came. And when Islam came, now Islam is changing it. Islam is taking the ability from a woman who can depend on herself. You see now the woman has to depend on the man. And Allah is saying, and listen carefully, because what Allah has given one over the other. So before the Quran came, how was Khadija able to be the boss of the company? And Prophet Muhammad was working for her. The Quran even says this. Let's finish this verse, okay? Let's finish this verse before I go to another verse. So men are in charge of women by what Allah has given one over the other, and what they spend for maintenance, into bracket, for their wealth, from their wealth. Okay, so the men are the ones who have been given the wealth, and then women depends on the men. So men take care of women, and because they have been given the wealth, the women have to depend on their men, on the men. You get a point. So righteous women are devotedly obedient. The righteous women are devotedly obedient, guarding in absence what Allah would have them guard. So they are protecting themselves. God obey the righteous women. They will not go around maybe mingling with other men or cheating on their husband or something like this. They will protect themselves. Okay, that is the righteous women. But let's continue the verse. But those wives from whom you fear arrogance. Listen carefully. So before Islam came, the women, they used to work on their own. Men could work for women. There was no problem. They showed respect, no problem. But when Islam came, as the brother was saying, 1,400 years ago, okay, and then Islam came. But those women, but those wives from whom you fear arrogance. Listen carefully. From whom you fear. You only fear arrogance. They are not arrogance, or they are not arrogance yet. They are not arrogance. You only fear. You fear arrogance. You as the man, you fear arrogance. Advise them. You see, they put in first, but there is no first in the Arabic text. So they themselves, they will say the Bible is corrupt. They are inserting words which is not in the Bible. In the original, you won't find first. This first has nothing to do. There is nowhere in the Arabic it says first. It doesn't say first. But let's just give them this one, okay? First, advise them. Just because you fear arrogance in your woman, you advise her, okay? Then if they persist, it doesn't say this in the Arabic. This is also fabrication, okay? Forsake them in bed. So when you are going to punish someone, we start from the lowest punishment and you increase the punishment, right? Logically. So you first warn her, okay, advise her, and then you forsake her in bed. And you have to put this in your mind. This guy is trying to tell us how the Quran came to elevate women. And and be careful. Forsaking your woman in bed is not a loss for the man. Listen carefully. It is not a loss for the man, because at the time they used to go to wars and have captured captives. They can marry up to 4 women. So when you forsake the woman in bed, it's not like you are going to suffer too, because you as the man, you have your captives, and you also have you have 3 wives aside. And in Islam, you are allowed to have captive women. I think Quran chapter 4, verse 24. Let me show you. Let me see if it is this verse, the same verse. Quran chapter 4, verse 24. What does it say? Okay. Quran chapter 4, verse number 24. And also prohibited to you are all married women, except those your right hand possess. Okay. So in Islam, you as a Muslim, you are not allowed to have a married woman. It's not prohibited for you. But those your right hand possess, those your captive women, the ones that you went and captured and brought them as your possession, you can have them even if they are married. So you see now, even if they are married, you can even have them because they are your property now. This is what Islam brought. He is trying to tell us in the West 200 years ago it was bad, and 1,400 years ago it was good. This is what 1,400 years ago brought. And also prohibited to you are all married women except those your right hand possess. This is straight from the Quran. The decree of Allah upon you. Okay? This is into brackets. What translation am I reading here? Sahih International. Okay, this is Sahih International. So according to Quran chapter 4, verse 24, the Muslim men, they can have unlimited amount of right hand possessed. That is the captive women, the slave women. It is their possession. They can have them. Okay? They can have them. Sexual intercourse. We have that mutar. It is there already. Let's go back to the verse that I was reading. So when you forsake your woman in bed, okay, when you forsake her in bed, it is not like you are going to suffer as a man, because you have options. It is she is going to suffer. That is why the punishment, it is first you advise her. Second, you forsake her in bed. That means she will be home. She will be at home. You won't touch her. You just let her be. And then you can go around to your second wife, to your third wife, maybe to your fourth wife, or to your captive women if you need to release some stress. Okay. And what is the third option here? You forsake them in bed. And finally, into brackets again, finally, strike them. So you have the third option. The Quran is teaching us domestic violence. And the guy is trying to tell us, why are there feminism? He is trying to tell us that it was right that 200 years ago, women should stand up for feminism. When we have a book which is teaching women, which is the book from God, teaching the followers how to beat their wife, or how to get the husbands to to make their wife obey them. Listen carefully, because if the men fear arrogance, okay, and they want the women not to be arrogant, if they fear that the women are being disobedient, they want the women to be obedient, they can treat them this way for the women to be obedient to them. That is the answer from the Almighty God. And the guy is telling us 200 years ago what the Bible did and what the Bible did not do. You get a point? And this is from the Quran. This is not from a hadith. This is not even a hadith. This is from the Quran straight. Let's continue with this guy.
This is the issue with feminism today. Feminism today tells us that men and women are equal, but in order for a woman to be equal to a man, she should be like a man in the way that she lives her life.
Is it true? Is it true? I still have more verses to show you guys, okay? Because how the Quran came, okay? And then the things that we find in Islamic sources, I wonder, I don't know why a Muslim will try to convince anyone, okay? Let's see more of this domestic violence in Islam, okay? This is also Sahih Bukhari. I already shown you the verse where you can beat your woman, right? In the Quran, it says that if you fear disobedience, if you fear arrogancy, you can strike them. You can beat the woman. Let's see what the verse says here, okay? Let me see. I have some hadith here. Sahih Bukhari. Please kindly share this video for me, okay? This is not from me, it is from Islamic sources, and one of the most authentic sources in Islam is this verse, is Sahih Bukhari. Rifa divorced his wife, whereupon Abdul Rahman, okay, married her. Let me just cut the name short because I can't even pronounce them properly. So Rifa divorced his wife, and another man married the wife, married her. Abdul Rahman married her. Aisha said that the lady came wearing a green veil. So the lady that Abdul Rahman married came to Aisha wearing a green veil. Okay? So, and complained to her, to Aisha, of her husband and showed her a green spot on her skin caused by beating. Listen carefully. So when Islam was there, when Islam came, before Islam came, women used to be respected. They have their own companies. As we can see, Prophet Muhammad was even working for a woman. And Prophet Muhammad even became rich through that woman. Allah said it in the Quran. Let me show you this verse from the Quran, okay? Quran chapter 93, verse number 8. And he found you poor and made you self-sufficient. That is Allah speaking to Prophet Muhammad directly. When you read from verse number 6, did he not find you orphan and gave you refuge? Because we all know, according to the Islamic stories, Prophet Muhammad, both his parents died he was a very young age, and his parents died. Allah is telling us he found Muhammad as an orphan and gave him refuge. And he found you lost and guided you. So Prophet Muhammad was lost and then he was guided. You hear the point? You get a point? He was lost and he was guided. So before Prophet Muhammad became a prophet, he was lost. That means Prophet Muhammad had no idea about what Allah is. He didn't have any idea, because there is a verse in the Quran which also says Prophet Muhammad did not even have faith. Okay? He did not have faith. So he was lost. He did not know Allah. He was lost. Let's put that aside. And you can see verse number 8. And he found you poor and made you self-sufficient. Prophet Muhammad was poor and he was made self-sufficient. When you check, according to the Tafsir Ibn Abbas, I am giving you references so that you will not say I am saying things out of context. Tafsir Ibn Abbas, okay? And he also said, did he not find thee, O Muhammad, destitute, poor, and enrich thee with the wealth of Khadijah? Did you hear that? With the wealth of who? With the wealth of a woman. And Prophet Muhammad was made rich. So according to their own sources, I am presenting to you Prophet Muhammad, okay? Prophet Muhammad became rich through the wealth of Khadija, a woman. And then the same Quran is telling us now men are the protectors of women. Think about this. So as you can see, it is not from me, okay? It is from their own sources. Khadija's wealth made Prophet Muhammad rich. That is why according to the Quran, not according to me, Quran chapter 93, verse number 8, and Ibn Abbas is telling us, Ibn Abbas, okay? Let's go back to what I was reading. So the woman, okay, the woman came to Aisha to report her husband who has beaten her. The woman had a green spot on her skin caused by the beating. So Muslim men beating their Muslim women, and even they're beating her so hard that she had a spot. Her skin became green. It is on the screen, Sahih Buhari. But this guy is trying to tell us why feminism started. He's trying to tell us how feminism started, but he's not showing us these verses from Hadith, authentic Hadith. Let's continue. And complained to Aisha of her husband and showed her a green spot on her skin caused by beating. Let's continue. It was the habit of ladies to support each other. So because the woman came to Aisha to report to Aisha what is happening to her. And why is she coming to Aisha? Because Aisha is the wife of Prophet Muhammad. And Aisha has become the mother of the believers. At a very young age, she became the mother of the believers. I don't know how old Aisha was at the time when this woman is bringing her home home violence to her. But Aisha, they are reported, so the women used to stick together because they know what they are going through. Okay, it was the habit of ladies to support each other. So when Allah's messenger came, now Aisha is going to report. Aisha said, I have not seen any woman, listen carefully, suffering as much as the believing women. Aisha, the mother of the believer, at the time of Prophet, she has never seen any woman, which means the pagan women at that time were even better than the Muslim women. The Christian women, they were not suffering like the Muslim women. The pagan women were not suffering like the Muslim women. The Jewish women were not suffering like the Muslim women. All the other women in that peninsula at that time were not suffering as the Muslim women. And Aisha is reporting this to us. And this is when Islam came. This is when Prophet Muhammad is a prophet. And he is saying 200 years ago, that was the reason why feminism started. Aisha is reporting this to us. I have never seen a woman, any woman suffering as much as the believing women. Look at her skin, is greener than her clothes. Did you get a point? Look at her skin. Aisha, I don't know how old she was, because they say Aisha, she died around 18. When Prophet Muhammad died, Aisha was around 18. So I don't know when this happened, how old she was. But Aisha even can see, look at her skin. It is greener than her clothes. And why is she saying that? Because the woman came with a green veil. You see, she was wearing a green veil. Where is that? There is wearing a green veil. So the veil that she was wearing was green. And then because she has some green spots on her skin caused by beating. Now Aisha is reporting this to Prophet Muhammad. I have never seen any woman suffering as much as the believing women. Look at her skin. It's greener than her clothes. Do you see how the women started to suffer when Islam came? And Aisha is even complaining. He's saying, no women suffer like the believing women. Tag these Muslims, tag them, be sincere to yourself. Whatever they are telling you on the street is different from what is in their books. They are trying to deceive people. That is what I have the feeling they are trying to deceive people intentionally. Let's continue. When Abdul Rahman heard that his wife had gone to the prophet, so the woman who couldn't take the beatings went to she needs help. So she went to someone who she thinks is going to help, to Aisha, and Aisha will speak to Prophet Muhammad because he is the prophet. People listen to Prophet Muhammad. Now we have a woman whose skin is greener than her clothes. What is Prophet Muhammad going to say? Is he going to punish this man for beating a woman? Because Islam is for women, right? Elevate women. That's how it should be, right? Islam elevates women, so Prophet Muhammad should at least punish this man for doing such a crime, beating your own wife and making her skin green like her clothes. When Abdul Rahman heard that his wife had gone to the prophet, he came with his two sons from another wife. You see, as I was saying before, they can marry more than one. So even if they beat one and they admonish her, they don't go to bed with her, he has another wife. Okay, it is normal. Prophet Muhammad is a perfect example. She said, okay, by Allah, I have done no wrong to him, but he is impotent and is as useless to me as this. Okay, so the woman is trying to just tell the Prophet Muhammad her side of the story. The man that she is impotent, and I think that is what she is saying. The story is there. I don't want to go deep in this story, okay? But the woman is complaining the man is impotent. The man is coming to justify his case, say he's not impotent, and look at his sons. He has even two sons, and then there is nothing wrong with him. He's good in bed or something like this. But just that the woman who has been beaten, okay, she wants to go back to his previous husband, okay, which is this Rifa. I'm just trying to make things fast so that you get a point. But my case here is women were beaten at the time of Prophet Muhammad, and there was no punishment for a man who beat his wife. No punishment. You won't find it anywhere. And this was not even the last hadith you will find in hadith books. Another hadith. Okay, let me show you another hadith. Okay. Another hadith, Sunan Abi Dawud. Sunan Abi Dawud 2228. Okay, let's just read this hadith, okay? Habiba, daughter of Saad, was the wife of Tabit, okay? He beat her and broke some of her parts. Listen carefully. This is how severe Muslim men at the time of Prophet Muhammad used to beat their women. This is authentic reference that I'm giving to you. Look at this. This is Sahih al-Albani. That means authentic. Okay, you see, Sahih references is there. It's clear, and I can put. Let me put it in the comment section so that people can take it and they can read it for themselves. I want if anybody knows the guy, please tag him. So this is how the guy beat his wife. Okay, beat her and broke some parts of her. He broke some parts of the women. So she came to the prophet after morning, okay, and complained to him against her husband. The prophet called on Tabit and said to him, take a part of the properties and separate yourself from her. So you need, for beating the woman and breaking parts of her body, the only solution here is take some properties and divorce her, separate yourself from her. Separate us. No punishment for him for beating her husband, for beating the woman and breaking parts. Did you see how Islam puts women and men at the same position? He asks, is that right, Messenger of Allah? As I'm saying, okay, let me put this hadith too in the comment section so that maybe you can also have the reference. Okay, I think I've already put in it there. Okay, the hadith I was reading before about the river. Let me put that one there too. Every hadith that I have read, I want to make it available for you so that you can also benefit from it. Don't listen to people on the street trying to sell you something that they don't even know themselves. Okay, this is not about insulting. It is about, you see, the knowledge kills ignorance. Knowledge will kill the ignorance in you. Try to read for yourself too. And I'll open the phone lines too. I'll open the phone lines today. I won't keep long. Okay, let's continue with this hadith. So he said, yes, he said, I have given her 2 gardens of mine as a dawah. Okay, and they are already in her possession. The prophet said, take them and separate yourself. So the thing that he even paid for her as the marriage fee, he should take the properties back and separate himself from her. There is no punishment for the guy beating his wife for and breaking his part. No, nothing. Did you get a point? But what this guy is telling us here is a different story. Now I have gone through this hadith. Now let's go to another hadith, another Sahih Buhari. Okay, I want people to understand, when the guy is trying to promote Islam, trying to make Islam the one that elevates women, their sources say different story. Let's listen to you.
Having a career or a 6-figure income or being dominant in a room, and the list goes on. But what Allah tells you is that you don't have to be like a man to be better. You're amazing just the way you are.
Allah said you are amazing just the way you are. Now let's listen to what Prophet Muhammad said. And we all know Prophet Muhammad doesn't speak on his own. You get it? Prophet Muhammad, he doesn't speak on his own. Listen to, according to authentic hadith, okay? Once Allah's messenger went out to Musala to offer the prayer, okay? The prayer, let's say it like that. Then he passed by the women and said, so Prophet Muhammad went to offer a prayer, I think maybe in the mosque. You see, according to the Muslims, I'm just trying to let you get the point, okay? The Muslims, the men and the women, they don't pray in the same room. So Prophet Muhammad passed by the women. So maybe the women were at a different session. Prophet Muhammad passed by the women, and immediately Prophet Muhammad said this. The women were just there at their corner doing their thing. Oh, women, give alms. What? Give alms. Women should do charity. They should give alms. And what is the reason for women? Why should women give alms? As I have seen that majority of the dwellers of hellfire were women. Prophet Muhammad has seen something, the unseen. Allah has revealed this to him. And the women should give alms. And what has alms giving got to do with someone being in hell? How about repent? How about seek forgiveness? Why is giving your money outside? Can you buy? I don't even get the logic here. But Prophet Muhammad is telling the women, which the guy is trying to tell us, they are in the same level. No. Prophet Muhammad said the women, he has seen that majority of women are the dwellers of hellfire. The majority of who? Women. The majority of women are the dwellers of hellfire. Okay? So the women they asked, why is it so? Oh, Allah's messenger. Prophet Muhammad replied, you curse frequently and are ungrateful to your husbands. You hear that? And why are the women ungrateful to their husbands? Because Prophet Muhammad said, if it was not Eve, okay, were it not Eve, no woman will ever betray her husband. So you get a point? If it was not who? If it was not Eve, no woman will ever betray her husband. So these women, they curse frequently and they are ungrateful to their husband. Let's continue what Prophet Muhammad is saying. And I have not seen anyone. So I have not seen anyone more deficient in intelligence and in religion than you. So did you get a point here? The guy is trying to tell us 1,400 years ago, women were elevated through Islam. His prophet is telling us. So the guy, women, this goes to women, okay? The women in general, not some women, not women in general. Okay, sorry, I'm not. It doesn't show on the screen. I'm sorry. Okay. Let's read. So what? Well, let's read small. Let's read. Let me go back small so that you get a point. Okay. I'll put the comment. I'll put it in the comment section anyway. Let me copy it and put it in the comment section so that you can also open it and read it for yourself. Don't let anyone deceive you. Okay. Listen to. So the guy is trying to tell us how women are elevated in Islam. Let's listen to what Prophet Muhammad says. Sahih Buhari 304, as it says it right there. Okay. Authentic reference, Sahih Buhari. Once Allah's messenger went out to Musala, okay, to pray. Okay, Prophet Muhammad is going to pray. I'm not going to mention some words that I can't pronounce properly. So Prophet Muhammad went out to pray. Then he passed by the women and said, so the women sitting there, Muhammad passed by them and said, okay, oh, women, give alms. Just like that, give alms. And for what reason? Not repent, seek forgiveness, okay? But they should give alms. They should do charity. They should give money. As I have seen that the majority of the dwellers of hellfire were you women. So how are these women even going to give alms? Because the Quran tells us the women, they get from their husband. The men protect their husband. They supply for them. So the man will provide for the woman, and the woman will use that money for charity. Okay, let's continue. Okay, because that's the logic here. So the dwellers of hellfire, the majority of them are women. Women, they are the majority of hellfire, according to Prophet Muhammad, not according to me, according to Sahih Buhari, authentic reference. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so they ask, so the women are asking, why is it so? Oh, Allah's messenger. He replied, Prophet Muhammad is replying, you curse frequently and are ungrateful to your husbands. Okay, they curse frequently and they are ungrateful. And as I was saying before, the reason why they are ungrateful is because of Eve. Prophet Muhammad said in the Quran, in the Hadith, authentic Hadith, Sahih Buhari, if it was not for Eve, women would ever betray their husband or her husband. So because women betray their husband, they are ungrateful, let's say like that too, because of Eve. So he's blaming Eve too. Okay. I have not seen, listen carefully, who is speaking here? Prophet Muhammad. As Aisha was saying, she has not seen any woman suffering like the believing women. So the women in Islam, they have been suffering ever since. Aisha was saying in the Hadith, okay, let me show you the Hadith one more time. Aisha was saying this, I have not seen any woman suffering as much as the believing women. Aisha, no women suffers like the believing women, beating them, their skin like green like their cloths. And Prophet Muhammad is also speaking about women here. Listen what Prophet Muhammad says. Listen to what Prophet Muhammad says. I have not seen anyone more deficient in intelligence and in religion than you. Than who? Than you women. Because the you stands for women, because it's the women who asked Prophet Muhammad, why so? Why is it so? It was the women. They are asking, okay, why is it so? And Prophet Muhammad is responding to them. It is because he has not seen anyone more deficient in intelligence and religion than you. Did you get a point? Do you see how respectful women are in Islam? So the women have deficiency in their intelligence. Why? Why do women have deficiency in their intelligence? Was the creation of Allah, did Allah mistakenly do something? Was Allah's creation not perfect? Didn't Allah create them? Ask these questions. Look at how, will you say your mother has deficiency in her brain? Will you say your mother has deficiency, your wife? You are trying to tell people that feminism and then because of the Bible and stuff, now you have to tell them Prophet Muhammad is saying they have deficiency in their brain and in their religion. There are two types of deficiency. Listen carefully. I have not seen anyone more deficient in their intelligence, and you see now there are two difference in their intelligence and in their religion than you women. And let's continue the verse and see a cautious, sensible man. Listen, a cautious, sensible man could be led astray by some of you. The women ask, "Oh, Allah's messenger, what is deficient in our intelligence and our religion?" Now they want to know. Listen carefully. This is the authentic hadith I am presenting to you. And this guy is complaining. Will he read this? If he wants to convince someone to Islam, a woman to Islam, do you think he will read this to the person? If this guy wants to convince someone to Islam, would this guy read this verse to this woman? Let's listen to the deficiency in our intelligence and the religion. Let's see what Prophet Muhammad said. He said, which is Prophet Muhammad, "Is it not evidence of two women equal to the witness of one man?" So Prophet Muhammad is referring them to the Quran. The Quran accepts this. You get a point? The Prophet Muhammad is saying, is it not evidence enough for you women that two women equal to witness of one man? Quran chapter 2, verse 282. You see, Prophet Muhammad is directing them to the Quran. The Quran even says it. Allah says women have deficiency in their brain. And the deficiency, we can find it here. This verse is long. Okay, so I will show you the portion where the verse is telling them that two women are equal to one man in testimony, a witness. So it is saying, okay, and bring to witness two witnesses from among your men. So in Islam, there are certain times when you need witnesses. You need two witnesses, men witnesses, men. You don't need a woman. So your first option is you have to bring two witnesses, and they should be men. Listen, they should be men. And if there are not two men available, okay, if you don't find two men, then a man and two women. Did you hear that? You cannot bring two women to stand to be witness. There should be a man involved. A man should be. If you don't find two men, then at least find one man and two women. So the two women is going to stand for the man that is not available. Do you get a point? So you definitely need a man because women are not trusted or something. I don't know. So Prophet Muhammad is telling them in the hadith that the Quran is even saying there, you need two women. The two women stand for one man. You see now, because in the actual sense, you need only two men. But if you don't find two men, then you have to find a man and two women. Okay? You have to find a man and two women from those whom you accept as witnesses. So the reason why is so that if one of them errs, if one of the women errs, then the other can remind her. Because women have deficiency in their brain, one of them could make a mistake, they can forget something, and that is why the other woman will help her. So what if both of them forget? What happens then? Because since women, all of them have deficiency in their brain, they all can make mistakes. You get a point? But this guy is trying to tell us how, please now, this is not an insult. This is the reality. We are speaking the truth here. I know because you determine by your feelings what is true and what is not true. We show you reality. You say it is not true because your feelings doesn't accept it. You don't like it, but we are showing reality. Will you say your wife is deficient, has deficiency in your brain? Is it not the evidence of two women equal to witness of one man? Okay? They replied in the affirmative. Prophet Muhammad is saying now they have to accept it. Okay, yeah, we are deficient. Will you say, let's look at this guy? I don't know. Do you think this guy will go and tell this to the women today, his children, if he has a child, let's say he has a daughter, do you think he would say this to her daughter, you are deficient in your brain? And the daughter will say, yes, daddy, I have deficiency in my brain. Your wife, You see, I'm giving you. Let's continue. So they affirm that, because what do? Should they go against Prophet Muhammad? You know what will happen to them? Okay, let's continue. He said, "This is the deficiency in her intelligence." Okay, so women have deficiency in their intelligence, and you have to think about this. It is like to be something defect. That means by creation, it was already determined. They were created so. They were created like that. They were created with deficiency in their brain. Allah's creation. Is it true? Let's continue. Is it true that the woman can neither pray nor fast during her menses? The women replied in the affirmative. He said that this is the deficiency in her religion. So he has given you the two deficiencies women have. That is why the Quran said the men are not like the women. Quran chapter 3, verse 36. Where was the verse? Yeah, and the male are not like the women, like the female, because the male they don't have deficiency in their brain. The female, they have deficiency in their brain, and they menstruate, they have deficiency in their religion. You get a point? But this guy is talking about feminism. This guy is talking about feminism, and the Quran supports it. Quran chapter 2, verse 282. Let me put this one too in this on the comment section. Maybe you can read it, copy. I want to make everything available. You see, when you are saying something, you have to provide your references. And when you look at Quran chapter 2, verse 223, okay, I want to show you how the Quran treats women, so that these guys, when you meet them on the street, they are lying to people. You will see, you know what to say. Quran chapter 2, verse 223. Your wives are your wives are a place of sowing of seeds for you. Your wives are a place of sowing of seeds for you. So come to your place of cultivation however you wish, and put forth for yourself. Did you hear that? So Allah sees the women as a land, as a cultivational land, where you can come and plant your seed. And you can come whenever you want, whenever you wish. Is this respectful? Let's listen to the guy one more time.
Is your solution, sisters, and I'll let history speak for itself. The greatest scholar in Islam was a woman. Women did business. They had the right to inheritance.
Did you hear that? The greatest scholars in Islam is women. And we have seen what happened to women. So I think he's going to say Aisha. So since he will say Aisha was one of the greatest scholars in Islam, he never mentioned a name, so I cannot say. But I will suggest that he's talking about Aisha. So Aisha was saying how women came to her who had greener skin than her veil. Islam is the way. So how do you respond to all what I've shown you right now? Telephone lines are open, okay? This is what I don't understand. I see people speaking about some things, okay, on the street, and you don't have the option, you don't have the opportunity to contact them. You don't know how to contact them and to talk with them. I don't know how. So I have to make these videos, and I have a lot of people like this guy, okay? And then we are going to make videos like this, so that maybe some people will one day watch and see for themselves. If I am lying, maybe you can contact me. The telephone number is right there. The Skype name is just like the page name, Sethoo SSK. You can search for me on Skype, Sethoo SSK, and you can call me on Skype, and then we can have a dialogue. Telephone lines are open. If you want to call, you can call in. Okay. There are a lot of verses which it is absolutely not good. Doesn't look good for women. And if I want to show, I can show more. There is one hadith where Prophet Muhammad said, "Women comes in the image of the devil." Okay, there is one hadith where Aisha was saying Prophet Muhammad has putting women and dogs at the same position. Let me show you that hadith. That one too is there. There are a lot of hadith women. Okay, let me show you. We can find them because you see they have made it easy for us to find the hadith right now. It's always also authentic. I don't want to show you anything fabricated because I know how they play. They will say, this hadith is not accepted. It's not accepted. I know my religion is fabricated. My religion corrupt. Sahih Buhari 514. Okay, the thing. Okay, who narrated Aisha? You see, one of the scholars in Islam, he said it was a woman, and I'm thinking it was Aisha. So narrated Aisha. Okay, the 10 which annual prayer were mentioned before me. Okay, and those were a dog, a donkey, and a woman. Did you hear that? A dog, a donkey, and a woman. These are the three things which can destroy your prayer. We see the Muslims praying on the streets, and there are women passing by all day long. The women passing, because Prophet Muhammad is saying a dog, a donkey, and a woman will destroy your prayer. They will stand on the streets, and the women are passing by, dogs are passing by on the street in New York. We see the videos, and they don't care anymore. They don't even follow their own books. But they complain about the Christian. And let's continue. So these three things, what has these are, listen carefully. These two are animals and one human being. One is a human being. What has a human being got to do with animals? I don't understand. You see, at the beginning of this video, this guy, the guy there, he was saying they debated about if women are even human beings. That was what he said at the beginning. There are some people who even debated if women are even human beings. Look at your source, your authentic source. What has these animals got to do with what do they have in common? A donkey, a dog, and a woman. What do they have in common? The donkey, 4 legs. Okay. The dog is on 4 legs. The donkey too. A woman too. A dog is an animal. Donkey too. A woman. What has a woman got to do with animals? But these are the three things that will destroy your prayer. I said, Aisha said, you have compared us women to donkeys and dogs. Look at this. Aisha is even complaining at the time of Muhammad. You have compared us to donkeys. So Prophet Muhammad has put in the women in the same position as the dogs and the donkeys. Explain this to us. But he was the guy, he was the one saying at the beginning of his conversation, let's listen to him.
Property to study. Even from a religious him to eat from the tree. And for that, God punished every single woman to come after with the pain of childbirth. In 1595, there was even a debate where they discussed if women were actually human. And for these reasons, feminism started. And
did you hear that? In 1595, there was a debate discussed if women are even human. And then in 1400 years ago, Prophet Muhammad is putting women at the same position as donkeys and dogs. And Aisha is even complaining, you have compared us women to donkeys and dogs. In the Quran too, you can find it there too. In the Quran, you can find how Allah is calling the women's goat. At least it is in the Quran. You see how women, I'm speaking the truth and I'm showing my references on the screen. Okay, I am showing my references on the screen. So if you want to call, you can call in right now because my time is due and I have to leave. Okay, I'm waiting for the call. And then as I'm saying, the platform is Sethoo SSK on Facebook and on YouTube. Okay, let me focus on YouTube because Facebook, at the moment, they have blocked me again on Facebook. I don't have any option to come live on Facebook at the moment. Okay, so follow me on YouTube here. And if you join the program, please kindly share these videos on platforms, on WhatsApp groups, on Facebook, okay, on TikTok, wherever you can. you just share this platform, invite people. So maybe this brother will one day see the video and maybe he will contact me so that we will have a discussion. And I would love to have a discussion with him. I would love to. Okay. So please now share this video for us. Invite people. If you are on Facebook, try to post this in many groups. Okay, on WhatsApp, try to post it on many groups on WhatsApp. They are lying to people. They are lying. Excuse me. Okay, I have to end the program now. And this guy, okay, it is totally clear. Many references are there which goes against them. Okay, but as I say, if I get hold of him one day, okay, if I get hold of him one day, and then maybe he will see what the things that his prophet said. Another hadith, okay, before we leave, let's just watch what Prophet Muhammad said, because he is trying to portray to us how Islam is the path for women's rights. Sahih Bukhari 7099, okay, Prophet Muhammad is about to speak. Narrated Abu Bakr or whatever. Now let's continue. During the battle of Jamal, okay, Allah benefited me with a word. Okay, I heard from him, from the prophet. When the prophet heard the news that the people of Persia had made the daughter of Kushra their queen, ruler, so Prophet Muhammad got the information, got the news that the Persians, they have made a woman as their queen, as their ruler. Look at this. So this is they are not Muslims. They were not Muslims, okay? So they have made their queen as the ruler. He said, never will succeed such a nation as makes a woman their ruler. Is it women empowerment? No, this is not. So you are saying so it is on your screen. Never. So how come so the woman was Khadija was the ruler of the company, but it was successful. But this one is about the nation, so they will say it is about the nation. We have women presidents who are successful as presidents than a lot of men presidents. Go to Africa, you have a lot of presidents who are men, but you see what is happening over there. A lot of countries in African presidents have, even countries in Asia, countries in Europe, we have men presidents, they're not successful. We have women presidents, we have women leaders who are successful. So Prophet Muhammad is never will succeed such a nation as make a woman their ruler. The Chancellor of Germany, Angela, who was think about this. These are all authentic references I'm presenting to you. But the one, of course, you see, the one showing you the truth is considered to be the Islamophobia. That is what they have programmed you to think. I don't know what I'm talking about, and I am Islamophobia. Why? Because I am telling you the truth. That is what I keep on telling people, okay? Share this video for me. Invite people. There's a lot to learn because these people are hiding the truth from people. Okay? And these are one of the guys. And I don't know his name. And I don't know how to find him. So that's why I say, if you know him, maybe you should contact me or you should tag him or something so that we will have a conversation. Sethoo SSK, okay? Sethoo SSK is my name. And I will end the conversation here, okay? As usual, everything that I have presented to you, okay? Don't be mad at me for showing you references, authentic references, which makes you uncomfortable. You should rather have problem with the information, not with me. I am just doing you a favor. I am trying to show you things they are hiding from you. You believe there is God, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But for you to know the God that you are following, the true God, you have to get all the information. With the information, that is the knowledge, you can make the best decision. But if they hide certain information from you, it will make you choose. It will give you You will make the decision based on half knowledge, and you think you are choosing the right thing, but they are deceiving you. Okay, make the right decision, and don't choose because this one chose it. You see now, because they are all taking the vaccine, so you are going to take the vaccine too. Because they are all smoking the e-cigarette, you are going to smoke the e-cigarettes too. Because all your friends are cheating on their wives, you are going to cheat too. Be smart. Don't do what all of them are doing. You can be the only one who is doing something different, and you are the right one. You see now, 100 people could be doing something, and they all could be wrong, and only 2 people will be doing something different, and they could be right. So we don't say the majority, because the majority are doing this. That is the proof that it is true. Think more, okay? Think more, think deep. And if you are not able to question, if you're not able to challenge, that means there is something wrong. Why are they trying to prevent you from questioning them? Why are they trying to shut you down? Every time you raise a critical questions, they say Awuz Billah. You ask the critical question, hey, Awuz Billah mina shaitan rajim. Just say these words and then just focus and go and seek for forgiveness. Go and pray. Think, okay, God is not a machine. God will not give you rituals to do, to occupy you. You are just being occupied. You have nothing to do with somebody trying to occupy you. You see, when the Bible says something like this, if you have nothing to do, Satan will give you something to do. Okay? Sethoo SSK. Please follow me on YouTube. Okay, follow me on YouTube. Subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Since I cannot come to Facebook right now, they have blocked me again. I have a Facebook page, which Facebook is actually my stronghold. Okay, I have many people on Facebook, but they blocked the page. I created a second Facebook. They blocked it too. Every time I come live, they want to block me. Okay, so now I am on YouTube. At the moment, I am on YouTube. And if you are here, if you are new, follow me on YouTube. Sethoo SSK is the name. And I am also on TikTok. Okay, TikTok. So I've also subscribed to TikTok. So follow me on TikTok. The same name, Sethoo SSK. Okay, follow me, join me there, and let's learn together. Okay, and please now share this video for me on various platforms if it is possible, because now I cannot share it. Okay, so everything I'm trying to share on my Facebook page it doesn't work. They have blocked me. I cannot go live there. I cannot comment there. I cannot share there. I cannot do anything there. So you help me share these videos there and then invite people. Okay, it's not about insulting Muslims. We are not insulting Muslims. We are questioning Islam. You have to know the difference. Questioning Islam and attacking Muslims, they are not the same. Okay, attacking Muslims haven't done anything. They are just following Islam, and they have been some things have been hidden from them. Most of them, they don't know this information because they follow such guys like this guy on Facebook or
right
YouTube
reasons.
or somewhere, and this guy is telling them things that they don't check for themselves. But we will help them also see it. Okay, including him himself, including this guy himself, Sethoo SSK. So please kindly share this video for us, invite people, tag people, and let's learn together. Okay. I'll end the program here. Bye for now. Okay, bye. Let me just see what this sheikh is saying here. Okay,
I drink beer, and I'm proud of that. But the beer I drink, before you quote me for that, is from Saudi Arabia, and it has like 2%, maybe 3% alcohol, and it's legal and it's halal. One says, oh, it has alcohol. Akhi, if I drink half a pack, nothing happens. I drink beer, and I'm proud of that.
Did you, Sheikh Asim, say 2% to 3% in a drink is permissible because it does not waste? Yes, I did.